Yo, what up? It's the caveman. How's everybody doing today? I know I only got one viewer at the moment. um, what's going on, Possum? How you doing tonight, buddy? Uh, just wanted to say, um, I got some good things in the works here. Uh, we'll give you more detail later on. Um, I do supposedly I'm supposed to have a special guest this evening, but we'll have to figure that out as the show goes along. um, I hope everybody gets their hey, seventh hour. Hey, Annette. How are y'all doing? Good to see y'all. I got some some good stories though that I've took the time to initiate. Um, I think y'all have it. Hey, Handy Prepper, how are you? Hey, Brian, what's going on, buddy? Joni, how y'all? How is everybody? Um, let's see. Which story to start with first? Alrighty. Well, it looks like I did see at the start of this morning. Hey, Chewbacca, love you too, homie. TJ, what's up, buddy? All right. Anyway, as I was saying, it looks like this morning when I got up, I was flipping through Google. Imagine that. Uh, everybody do it. But now I got up and I seen this headline on Google. It said Trump indicted again. Now what for? It's just another ploy. Y'all know it is. Just another thing to keep him back. Because they're afraid of him. I don't know what they're afraid of, but they're afraid. It's crazy. But, oh, taking them to get snow cones. Now that's good. And so's that, TJ. I like the cupcake thing too. Yeah, I mean, most people I think going to anyway. Whether he's in prison or not, they ain't gonna know. I mean, it's crazy. It don't make sense. Uh, let's see. But no, I just thought that was kind of crazy because I don't know why they indicting the man again. I mean, they've already got it's a witch hunt. You're right. They're just looking for anything and everything they can get the man on. Uh, but I mean, I don't know. I'm with John on most of this though. Like, it don't matter who gets in there. It's not really going to help us. Yeah. And they're playing a very dangerous game with our money and our country. It's not a good one. Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what it is, I think. Yeah. That's the main thing, I think. I think they're scared of him for some reason. Either he's got something on them or he knows how to manipulate them better than they know how to manipulate him. or, or something because they don't like it. That's just like today I seen, and this is another headline I saw, and I thought it was dumb as shit. But I'm glad that the Supreme Court told them that it was stupid and that they needed to redraw it. And that was when Alabama tried to recalibrate all of their voting demographics. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? They wanted to put all the minorities in one little section so it would look like everybody else was getting bigger votes. Like, I don't. And all it is Democrats, Republicans, and the whole government in a whole trying to manipulate the vote in their way, in their favor. See, I seen this coming. Like I told John when I was 15. I said the government will never be for us. I said it hasn't been for us since Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. They said it was something about what was it? Article 2 or something in the Constitution that they were that they couldn't do that because of the fact that it was just illegal. Like straight up. Like you can't just section people just so the election swings one way or the other. That's just illegal as hell. Like what did they think that was a Papa Farm? What up, buddy? Hey brother, I got a good story for you tonight. It's in a country accent too, and I plan on doing a Walter Brennan voice to do it. But I'll get to it in a little bit. Right now we're talking about the Alabama voting scandal. Where they trying to swing the vote in Alabama one way because they're trying to change the demographic of how everybody votes. And then the way they had it set up was it was like taking all of the one side of it or the other and making it to where like all of the minority people were in one little section, and that's all they get to vote in is that one little section, and then the rest of the country or the rest of the state was like for everybody else. It's like you can't do that. That's segregation all over again in the long run. If you think about it, I mean, because you're seeking out the minority and putting them in one spot. And technically, that's kind of like putting the Native Americans on reservations back in the day, just to get them out of the way. Yeah. Tell me, Mad Outdoorsman, exactly what kind of shit is it, really? But yeah, that's what they tried to do. They have tried to to make it to where like, but the Supreme Court told them that they couldn't do it, that it was illegal. And I said, good God, again, they're trying that, like all of this stuff just to so nobody gets an actual vote. Like that's the whole point of it all. They don't want nobody to have they don't want the popular vote to be what elects the president anymore. They want everything to go through the electoral college, and that way they can swing it any way they want. They get good luck with that. Cause I got Ron Reno, what up, buddy? But honestly, gotta tell y'all, man, I'm not cool with that. Like, you can't tell me that I can't vote and have it be registered as a good vote just because I'm a minority of some sort. Yeah, that's what they tell us. You got that right, Joni. Yeah, man. It's look it up. It's like it was Alabama. They tried to change the demographic of how they vote and it was like I don't remember the whole article because I read it like 4 o'clock this morning. Well, it was like 3 a.m. because that's what time I had to be at work. But yeah, it was nuts, man. I was when I read that, I'm like, y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all blatantly trying to just ruin the popular vote and get it out of the way, just so that it doesn't matter if we voted or not. It wouldn't count because they're taking the minority demographic and shoving them into a little pocket somewhere, saying y'all go over here and vote. We'll go over here and vote on the rest of this, and then we'll see who comes out ahead. Like, what? I don't know. But anyway, enough of all of that crap. Let's get into some fun stuff. How about that? But no, I just wanted y'all to. I just wanted to know if y'all heard of any, if y'all heard about all of that. Good God, really? Well, see, that's the case. Uh, that's the thing. I gotta get. I gotta save up the money to come do that. And right now, the way everything's went, my finances are crap. But I'll get it done. Uh, it'll be a while. And Joni, that's bullshit. They shouldn't be changing the voting precincts, man. They shouldn't be changing nothing. The only thing they should have done was make amendments to the Constitution to where like they did with the civil rights movement and the Civil Rights Act and all of that stuff and the all the good stuff that they did. And then they should have left it alone and stopped doing pittering and shit. Oh my God, Pops. Oh, Southern, that's funny, dude. I'm telling you, man. Get John to bring me? Yeah, right. John ain't going to Bigfoot. Well, no, actually, he said he'd go Bigfoot hunting with me, maybe. He said, but he'd never go, he said he'd never go ghost hunting with him. Yeah, Papa, that's what I said. Damn. Wow. Boy, I don't know if I want to hunt that. Hell, the way you made that sound, Southern, Southern, that would that sounds scarier than the Bigfoot. But nah, man. See, the last time I went up there, the very last time I went up there, me and him both were talking about that fishing pole and getting it and everything else. And it was when I went and got the moonshine from it was when I got Joni's moonshine, and he said, "Yeah, we got to remember to get your pole off the porch." And me and him both left that day, got in the car, and drove away. And then we got to my house, and we said, "We forgot that damn pole." Me and him both said it at the same time. I was like, "Son of a bitch!" Yeah, he would have. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like John won't go ghost hunting with me. He said, "Nah, man, I ain't doing that." He said I might go Bigfoot hunt with you, but he said I ain't going ghost hunting. He said that's something I won't do. I told him I was like, "All right, man, that's okay." But but no, Ron, I didn't get that pole yet. Me and him both forgot it the last time I was up there. but it's all right. I'll just go buy another one eventually. I was thinking about getting a bigger one anyway. Getting a what they call an ugly stick, um, like one of the medium, like ocean size poles, because I want to do a lot of catfishing around here, and we got some big ass catfish up here where I fish in the lake. If I had one of those, I could pull in some monsters. Because I had a monster hook one night, and my buddy reached down to grab it. He saw its jaw. He said, "Man," he said, "that damn thing's huge, dude." I was like, "What?" And about that time, he reached to get it, and he went to grab it in the mouth. And as soon as he went to grab it, it snapped. The line snapped on me. I had like 10-pound test line on there, and I had like probably about a 30-pound fish on that damn pole. So I did okay getting it in. It was just I couldn't bring it up to the dock where we was at. What up, Bushcrafter? How you doing, Virginia Bushcrafter? What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my man. We's in here talking about the Alabama thing where they tried to change the demographics. We've been talking about me leaving my fishing pole at John's like the last 3 or 4 times I've been there. And the last time me and him both. Yeah, I could go noodling, but in some parts of that lake, it's really deep, and I'm not a great swimmer. I can swim good enough to keep myself out of trouble, but I'm not like, you know, like a athlete swimmer. Like I'm good enough to, maybe to save myself and get myself to shore, but to actually swim, I don't know. And then some parts of that lake are deep, like really deep. Because me and my uncle, I used to call him my uncle. He was a longtime boyfriend of I consider him a common law, but he was like a common law of my aunt's one. He passed away, but I always called him my uncle anyway. But me and him used to go out on his boat, and he had a depth finder, and some parts of that lake are like 50 feet. Some of it's 120 feet. I mean, it's a pretty good. It's a deep lake. Yeah, man, I know. Some of them fish are bigger than me. We had a diving crew one time years and years ago, up at that lake, the same lake that I go to and fish at. They dove at the dam one time. They went down there to look for something. I think it was a car or something. They were scrounging the lake for a reason. Back then, I don't remember what the whole story was back then because I was real young back then. But I remember the story they told that those divers come back out of the lake and they said they'd never go back down there again, that there were fish bigger down there than they could eat them. They were fish big enough in that lake that would eat them. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, jug fishing's good too. Me and my uncle used to do that. We used to go to a spot on that lake where there was raccoon perch, and I love the raccoon. I love to catch those. Those are fun. Uh, but my all-time favorite thing to do is catfish. I like the bass fish every now and then, but my all-time favorite pastime is catfishing. It always has been. Um, I don't know. I'm just more in tune with it, I think, because well, back in the day, I used to love the nightlife. Not necessarily like drinking and all that kind of nightlife, but I meant just staying up late, you know, doing whatever I wanted at night and just hanging out. But yeah, like I guess that's the reason I love it because, hey, McBean. All right, brother. 14. It's 2 o'clock Central Time, y'all. If you're not down with military time, that's 2 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. That would be, let's see, Eastern Time. That would be 1 o'clock, I think, or 2, 3. No, maybe 3 o'clock. But anyway, I can't remember. Y'all don't don't quote me on all of this. But I do know that 1400 hours is 2 p.m. And good luck, McBean. If it's 1500, then that's 3. That's 3. But yeah. But good luck, my man. Shit, I hope you win it. That would be something. I'm gonna have to check it out. Maybe I get off at 3 o'clock tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to check it out. Hopefully I'll get to check it out before. So hopefully I'll get to check it out before or after I get off work. And if it's live streamed and saved, then I'll get to check it out anyway, because hopefully it'll be saved to YouTube somewhere. But no, good luck, my man. I mean, shoot. Okay, my man. Hey, that would be cool, McBean. And I hope you win it, buddy. I really do. Let's see. I heard someone call Kamala Harris skinny dipping. They call it a butt. Oh my God. Southern Asia, you won't do, bro. Damn. Yeah, that would be a blowfish, I'm sure. She got the mouth for it. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess I did, didn't I? But call a spade, I guess. Yeah, man. Everybody's rooting for you, buddy. But shoot, I think you got it, bro. But wow. Damn, Southern. You got me going with that one. So what's everybody into tonight? Y'all want to hear this story? Goes well, howdy. Well, howdy there. Y'all settle on down. Let me spin you a yarn in a good old country accent. Now, this here story take place in the heart of the rolling hills of Tennessee, where the air sweet and the folks are kind. It all started on a hot summer day when young Billy Bob was out fishing down by the creek. He had his trusty rod in one hand and a cold lemonade in the other. Hey, Teresa. All right. Actually, I'm going to start this over because I didn't start that right. But anyway, it goes, well, howdy, folks. Y'all settle on down and let me spin you a yarn in my good old country accent. Now, this here story take place in the heart of the rolling hills of Tennessee, where the air sweet and so are the folk, and they're kind too. It all started on a hot summer day when young Billy Bob was out fishing down by the creek. He had his trusty rod in one hand and a cold lemonade in the other. He cast his line out into the water, and he waited patiently for a bite. Fixing, Jesus, fixing. All right. Hey, Teresa, it's okay, darling. How you doing? Anyway, suddenly he felt a tug on the line, and he knew he had something big on the other end. He reeled and reeled, sweat dripping down his brow, till he finally pulled his catch out of the water. It was the biggest bass he had ever seen. Billy Bob was so proud of his catch that he decided to show it off to the whole town. He wrapped it up in a burlap sack and headed to the local fair, where he knew he could enter it into the annual fishing contest. When he got there, he saw that the competition was fierce. Every fisherman in town had brought their best catch, and the judges had their work cut out for them. But Billy Bob wasn't worried. He knew his bass was the biggest and the best. Oh, Lord. Sure enough, when it came time for the judges to announce the winner, they called out Billy Bob's name. He let out a whoop of joy and ran up to claim his prize. From that day on, Billy Bob was known as the best fisherman in all of Tennessee. He continued to cast his line out into the water every chance he got, always with a cold lemonade in one hand and a smile on his face. And that, my friends, is the tale of the greatest fisherman that ever was, told in my good old country accent. Y'all come back now. Yeah. All right, that was one of them I had to write. That was the AI program. I can't write, so I get it to do it for me. But hey, I think they're pretty cool little stories. I mean, it comes up with some crafty little crap sometimes. I've got one that I did about a lone prepper in a post-apocalyptic world. Y'all should listen to this because it sounds exactly like what's going on now. And I ain't lying. This is nuts. It goes, hold on a second. Let me see here. It's called A Lone Prepper. It says the beginning of the end. And why it keeps using John as a first name for all these main characters and these prepping things, I have no idea. Maybe John's that popular. Hell, I don't know. But anyway, it says the beginning, chapter 1, the beginning of the end. Well, no, that's the other one. No, see, I've wrote two. This is another one. This is completely different than the other one. All right, here we go. It said John had always been interested in prepping, but he had never thought he would need to use his skill. That all changed when the world, as he knew it, began to crumble. It started with a virus that swept across the globe, killing millions. Then the economy collapsed and the government fell apart. Chaos reigned in the streets, and John knew he had to act fast if he wanted to survive. Chapter 2, The Lone Prepper. John had always been a bit of a loner, so the idea of being a lone prepper didn't bother him. He had spent years gathering supplies, and he knew he had enough to last him for a while. He had a small cabin deep in the woods away from civilization, and he felt safe there. Chapter 3, The New Normal. As the weeks turned into months, John settled into his new routine. He spent his days hunting and gathering food, tending to his garden and fortifying his cabin. He had no contact with the outside world, but that didn't mind. He didn't mind. This was his new normal, and he was content with it. The Visitor, Chapter 4. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, tell me about it. It's pretty cool too. It says one day John heard it, and this is the first time I read it. So y'all, I'm hearing it for the first time too. I don't read any of them before I actually read them to y'all. So I hear them for the first time too. So this one's actually pretty decent so far. So chapter 4, The Visitors. One day John heard a noise outside his cabin. He grabbed his shotgun and he cautiously opened the door. To his surprise, he found a family of 4 standing on his doorstep. They were dirty and hungry, and they begged John for help. Chapter 5, The Dilemma. John was torn. He knew he couldn't turn away a family in need, but he also knew that his supplies were limited. He decided to let them stay for a few days while he assessed the situation. As the days turned into weeks, John grew to care for the family. He knew he couldn't turn them away, so chapter 6, the new arrangements. John and the family worked together to make the cabin more livable. They expanded the garden and set up a rainwater collection system. They hunted and fished together, and they all grew close. John realized that he didn't have to be a lone prepper anymore. Chapter 7, the threat. One day, a group of raiders stumbled upon the cabin. They were armed and dangerous, and they wanted John's supplies. John and the family fought back, but they were outnumbered. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a group of travelers came to the raid. Together, they defeated the raiders and secured the cabin. Chapter 8, the new community. So John realized that he didn't have to be alone in this new world. He and the family joined forces with the travelers and they formed a new community. They worked together to build a better life, and they all felt safer knowing that they had each other. The future. Chapter 9. Years passed and the community thrived. They had built a self-sufficient society and they were at peace. John looked back on his days as a lone prepper and realized that he had come a long way. He knew that future was that he, blah. He knew that the future was uncertain, but he also knew that he was surrounded by people who he loved and trusted. Together, they could face whatever they came their way. So that's the end of that one. But I kind of thought that the beginning of that was like, what's happening now? But I thought that one was pretty good. Now I did have it write one about a ranch, about a family in a ranch, but I don't know if y'all want to listen to that one or not. But I do have another one in the country accent theme though. Here we go. It says, "Well, howdy. Take your seat. Let me tell you a story about a young couple in love that lived in the heart of Texas." Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too, TJ. That last one, yeah, the lone prepper. I thought it was a good one. I have to give it a good thumbs up. I might actually get it to try to, like, maybe tomorrow get it to write a like a novel or a movie script for it. Anyway, it goes, "Well, howdy, take a seat and let me tell you a story about a young couple in love that lived in the heart of Texas. Their names were Johnny and Sally, and they were so sweet. They were as sweet as pecan pie. Johnny was a cowboy, rough and rugged, with a heart of gold. Sally was a school teacher, gentle and kind, with a smile that could light up the whole town." They met one day at the local diner where Sally was having a cup of coffee and Johnny was grabbing a bite to eat before heading out on the range. They locked eyes and it was love at first sight. Woohoo! Johnny tipped his hat, ma'am, and asked Sally if she'd like to take a walk with him out to the fields. Indeed. What up, Black Cat Whirligig? Johnny tipped his hat and asked Sally if she'd like to take a walk out to the fields. She said yeah, and they spent the whole afternoon talking and laughing in the warm Texas sun. From that day on, Johnny and Sally were inseparable. They rode horses together, danced at the local honky tonk, and even went on romantic picnics by the river. One day, Johnny surprised Sally by taking her out to the fields at sunset. He got down on one knee and pulled out a small box. Sally's heart skipped a beat as Johnny asked her to be his wife. Ooh, she said yes, and they embraced in a loving hug as the sun set behind them. They were married a few months later in a small chapel in town, surrounded by the friends and family. And so Johnny and Sally lived happily ever after in the heart of Texas, where the sunset are breathtaking and the love is as sweet as molasses. Well, that's a Texas two-step, y'all. That's what I called it anyway, after I read it. So, what y'all think of those two? That was pretty good, wasn't it? The one, the Lone Prepper one, I thought was really good. Black Cat Willie Gig, how you doing, darling? Ah, Joni, you liked it, did you? Hey, y'all want to hear the one about the ranch? It's called the Family Ranch. Or, well, that's what I called it anyway. Uh, Chapter 1, The Ranch. The sun was just beginning to rise over the rolling hills of the family ranch. The sound of hooves could be heard as the horses made their way to the barn for their morning feeding. The ranch had been in the family for generations, passed down from father to son for over 100 years. It was a sprawling property with acres of pastures for the horses to graze and a large barn to house them all. As the family gathered for breakfast, the patriarch of the family, John, announced that he was. Oh my God! Why does this thing keep putting John in this? No, I don't drink Bud Light. I don't drink beer. I don't like beer. No, and I ain't been in the moonshine tonight either. uh, Says as the family gathered for breakfast, the patriarch of the family, John, announced that he was getting too old to run the ranch, and that it was time for the next generation to take over. His two sons, Jake and Alex, looked at each other nervously, unsure what their father was asking of them. Chapter 2, The Challenge. John explained that he wanted his sons to take over the ranch together, but he would just hand it over. He wouldn't just hand it over to them. He wanted them to prove themselves by each taking on a task that would test their skills and dedication to the ranch. Jake, the older of the two, would be in charge of training the wild mare that had just been brought in. Alex, the younger brother, would be responsible for repairing a section of fence that had been damaged in a recent storm. Both brothers knew that their task was not going to be easy, but they were determined to prove themselves to their father and to each other. Chapter 3, The Training. Jake spent countless hours working with the wild mare, patiently gaining her trust and slowly breaking her in. He knew that it would take time, but he was determined to see it through. With each passing day, he could feel the mare becoming more and more comfortable with him. Meanwhile, Alex was hard at work repairing the fence. It was backbreaking work and progress was slow, but he refused to give up. He knew that a strong fence was essential to keep the horses safe and secure. Chapter 4, The Competition. Yeah, I know, right? Tell me about it, Joni. It's like John for every damn thing he's wrote so far. The last like 4 or 5 stories. Anyway, The Competition, Chapter 4. After several weeks, the mare was finally ready to be ridden. Jake proudly showed off his accomplishment to his father and brother, but Alex was not impressed. He had finished repairing the fence and it was stronger than ever. He argued that his task was just as important as Jake's and that they should be judged equally. John agreed and proposed a competition between the two brothers. They would each get on their mare and race to the end of the pasture where the repaired fence stood. The winner would be the one who made it to the fence first. Chapter 5: The Race. The day of the race arrived, and the whole family gathered to watch. The tension was palpable as Jake and Alex mounted the mare and took their positions at the starting line. John raised his hand and then dropped it, signaling the start of the race. The mare shot out of the gate, with Jake and Alex clinging on for dear life. It was a close race, with neither brother able to pull ahead. As they approached the fence, it looked like they were going to cross the finish line at the same time. But at the last moment, Jake pulled ahead and crossed the finish line first. The family cheered as Jake dismounted and hugged his brother, both of them proud of what they had accomplished. Chapter 6: The Future. John was pleased with the outcome of the competition and declared that his sons had proven themselves worthy of taking over the ranch. From that day forward, Jake and Alex worked together to run the family ranch. They each had their own strengths and weaknesses, but they knew that by working together, they could overcome any challenge. Over the years, they expanded the ranch, adding new horses and improving the facilities. They also started offering horseback riding lessons and trail rides to the public, bringing in a steady stream of income to sustain the ranch. As Jake and Alex grew older, they began to think about passing the ranch down to their own children one day. They wanted to make sure that the family legacy continued for generations to come. The ranch had become more than just a business to them. It was a symbol of their family's history and tradition. They had worked hard to maintain the ranch and kept it thriving, and they knew that their father would be proud of what they had accomplished. As the sun set over the ranch, the family gathered for a barbecue, celebrating their accomplishment, enjoying each other's company. They knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they had each other and the support of their family to get through it all. The future of the ranch was bright, and they were excited to see what lay ahead. Oh, okay. My bad, my man. My bad, Black Cat. My bad. I didn't know. I didn't honestly, I didn't know. I really didn't. But that's a cool name though. I do like the name. Let's see. But I had no idea though. Thanks, darling. I did not know. My bad, Black Cat. I guess. I guess hard work equals barbecue. Something does. That's what they said. Uh oh, I got a question. Joni, did you ever get that song fixed? Hey, I can't say nothing bad about a squirrel. And if I had the barbecue one, that might be all right. Thanks, Don. No, I didn't really honestly know. That was a shock. But no, I don't like Bud. I couldn't drink that stuff if I wanted to. I don't even like beer. There's just something about it. I can't take it. Let's see. Oh, so you're my favorite troll there, Chewbacca? Shoot, we can talk about anything, man. We got like another 15 minutes. uh nah, actually though, man, like but yeah, Honestly, though, I got to get that. I got to get this thing to start writing new characters instead of using John all the time. Because every character for the last 3 or 4 stories have been John. The lead character's name's been John. I'm like, geez, man, can't you get off the John? I guess I'm just gonna have to start. Oh, okay. You got 6 Rhode Island Reds, and then the Opry Crew, and 4 Black Sick Link Chicks. The Soul System. Oh, okay. I got you. That's funny, Joni. Nah, I was just wondering if it was going to turn out, but but no. Whenever you get a chance, let me know. I thought that would be pretty cool if it actually worked. Uh, and if it does, and you want more, I can do some more. Oh well, yeah, that's true too. See, bro, I ain't. See, I don't watch Cody much because I don't watch the new stuff a lot. I just haven't checked him out. I mean, I've checked some of his stuff out in AEW back in the day, but I'm just not. I can't help it, man. I'm diehard old school, bro. There will not be anything better than what Dusty and Flair and Magnum and all of them guys did. I just can't see it. They made it more than well, they made it real in the long run. But not that I thought it was real. I'm just saying they made it real. They made it seem real. They gave it more of a sport based mentality than they did the entertainment side of it. I don't know. I guess I'm more closer to the sports side. Dome, I know, sweetheart. They tell it's like they say sometimes, like it's like Jim Cornette says on his podcast sometimes. It's like they're circus people and they get ready to jump off the top rope and people are just waiting to catch them. Going, hey, come on. Who's that? Oh, I read that Randy was hurt. I seen that on Google. I mean, I get updates from WWE all the time because I search wrestling shit all the time, like old history, like old wrestling history. Like, you know, from the scope and oh darn, the chase from the St. Louis days. Mr. Sam Munchnick. Nah, actually, no. No, I'm just saying that's all that Jim says. That it's like a circus. It's like a bunch of like, you know, like a bunch of trapeze artists, and one of them's getting ready to jump off, and the other ones are like, "Go on, come on, we'll catch you." And honestly, I gotta agree with that part because sometimes it is that way. There'll be like 15 guys waiting to catch 1 person. Because he's getting ready to jump off of the top rope doing some kind of somersault. Which is kind of dangerous in the long run in itself. But no, some of that stuff I watch. Like some of it I do watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like with I'll catch every now and then I'll catch Roman Reigns and them talking or something like that. But as far as to say I watch it, no. I might go watch some of the pay-per-view when they come out, but the last one I watched part of it, and then I was just like, nah. Then I came and played Call of Duty with you. Oh, it's okay, prepping artist. How you doing? Oh no. Well, I hope you find something soon. Yo, that's how I've always felt it is wrestling. Shoot, I can't help it. I was born on Jim Crockett. Yeah. You killed some of them, sure. uh nah, shoot, man. I finally got I finally got my Twitch to start saving my damn stream. It took me forever to get that to get fixed. Cause every time I went into the app, it wouldn't let me go to the dashboard. So I had to go on my computer to get to the dashboard so I could get into that to fix the thing to where it would actually save my streams from the past. That was starting to get irritating. Every time I'd go to live stream, it would live stream it, and then it would say like you had one viewer, and the viewer would be me. But nah, I finally fixed it though, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping it ain't anyway. But no. Shoot. What was I going to say? I forgot now. Anyway, darn. The special guest I had for y'all tonight, he's not going to be here today. I gotta I have to bring him on next time. For one reason, he didn't show up, and for two, y'all gonna love him though, because he's out of this world. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't get us twisted. We ain't mad at each other or nothing. We just give each other shit. But shoot, we've had to pick each other up on that game a couple times. Man, it gets intense on there. There's occasions that me and him would get to a firefight and there's like 15 guys surrounding us, and we're like, oh crap. And then John's off in the distance, hiding out somewhere. You've been trapped in Walmart the whole time for a whole hour, dude? Oh my God. I don't know anybody can survive at Walmart for an hour. If I'm in there for 30 minutes, I'm going to pull my hair out. You ain't bald headed yet, are you, bro? Yeah, man. Exactly. Black Cat Whirligig. He needs to stay strong. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Like, it's hard, man, sometimes. Sometimes I can go into Walmart and it's okay, and I'll spend a little bit of time browsing or something if I'm in there to just, if I'm really wanting to look. But if I don't want to be in there, like, I just want to get in and out like that. And that's like, there's times like, there's honestly times like my mom, she'll trick me into going with her, and then I'm in there for like an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm ready to pull my hair out by the end of it. I'm like, Can we go home? She's like, what's your rush? I'm like, I don't want to be here. Oh no, he's leashed by the wife. Ah, that's worse. Yeah, my wife used to do me that way. My ex did. Oh my lord, she'd take me to Walmart and I'd be in there for 2 hours. I'd be like, yes, why? Pushing the buggy. One hand like this and the other one like this. She'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't want to be here no more. You stayed there. You stayed at Hobby Lobby until it was milking time. Wow. Yeah. Hell, Mark. The portal to the gates of hell. You ain't lying, Joni. It is a definite portal to hell. It's an evil portal to hell. You push the cart aggressively. I always just used to do it with one hand and have my other hand propped up under my chin, and my ex would be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm just ready to go home." While our two yard monkeys were off doing whatever, but they were old enough to do whatever they wanted anyway. One was like 17 and the other one was like 21 anyhow. Oh my lord. Is that what it was? All right, Chewbacca, I'll let you have that one, buddy. If you really believe it, I'll let you have it. I'm just wondering what she was going to think of that. She might agree with you, though. I don't know. So, prepping artist, did you see any good houses this week? I mean, I know you said you didn't find any you wanted, but did you see any good ones? Or did you go to the actual property? Dynamite! What's up, buddy? How are y'all doing? Shoot, we just sitting here killing time apparently because I can't remember anything else to say. I don't really have anything else to say. I ain't gonna lie to y'all tonight, man. I'm crazy. Nah, actually, no, I've got a special guest for next week since he didn't get to come on this week. But y'all have to wait. But y'all get a kick out of him next week. He's hilarious. Dynamite, the other night when you come on, I was on, bro. I tried to answer you, but you didn't hear me and you cut your mic right back off and went right out of the stream. The first time I got kicked, and then when I come back on and you pop back in my headset, I was like, hey, man, what's up? And I don't guess you got, I guess there was a delay. Yay! Congrats to Lord Eagle. He's in the checkout line, y'all. Yeah, Dynamite's here. The mind and the bloody cute. Will rip your face off. Congrats, Lord Eagle. We're proud of you, buddy. You survived. Call of Duty, Warzone, or Modern Warfare 2. I've got all. Well, I got both copies. I've got all of them actually. I think, but well, I've got the game. Who's that? Oh, Dynamite. You gonna give Dynamite your other Xbox? No. You'll see. y'all gonna be impressed when y'all see. I've got something very special in store for y'all next week, next Friday. But y'all wait. But honestly though, but yeah, Chewy, give him your old Xbox. That way he can get off that computer. If that's who you're talking about, if you're talking about Dynamite anyway. Nah, Dynamite, Jack's not my special guest, but y'all gonna trip when y'all see him. But no, it ain't Bigfoot. He's a little he's a little bit out there for Bigfoot. Oh, okay. Well, y'all can catch the live later, or sometime or another later on. But make sure you check it out because y'all gonna trip. Now that would be hilarious. Joe Biden without his meds. I would love to be able to get a get a sit down with the president. I'd have him in so many knots. His brain would be frazzled by the time I left. Okay, Chewy. Cool, man. That'd be cool though if he did. If he gets on Xbox, that'd be even better. I mean, I don't mind playing while he's on computer though. Yeah. No, I get it. But yeah, him being on Xbox would be pretty decent too. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a night for now. Y'all have a good evening. We will catch y'all next Friday. Be ready for the special guest because he will be here next Friday. I promise. I'm gonna leave y'all at a cliffhanger. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Hey, bro. In some ways, that I would agree with that. Johnny, you're right. It would be like talking to a bowl of Jello. But his brain's already mush. Y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. I love everybody. Y'all have a good night. Shout out to Chewy, the prepping artist, Dynamite, Papa's Farms, Chewbacca, Dome Seeker, Southern Possum, everybody that was here. Virginia, Bushcrafter, all of y'all. Hey, y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all later. Hey, thanks, Brian. No problem, bud. I always like doing those stories, man. They're fun. And I'll come up with more. I'll try to do some more of the prepping type too. Like the one I did. You're welcome, Joni. Brian, have a good night, buddy. But like I say, I'm gonna head out of here. But until later, my man. See you, Black Cat Whirligig. Sorry about that, bro. I did not know. But anyway, we'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Caveman out. Be breeze.